Brandon. Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah. But, guys, we don't really have our players leveled up. What we've been doing is just 2v2 against each other, just in pickup games.
One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll
Robert.
see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Yellow Jackets will put total weather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida State's offense has the ball first today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
That's caught. It's Foster. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'll go with the 5 wide outset on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. It's Berry. Got the quick pass. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. And the Noles have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass and it never ends.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the big fella. He picked up some yardage, but they stop him at the 45, and he'll be a little short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
My jump shot's Damian Lillard.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Pass rush right after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Gotcha.
So much chemistry between this quarterback and his receiver. And you saw it right there. Down the perimeter, trying to work the boundary. Just put it somewhere near him. He'll catch it. He'll get a foot down and help out his offense.
With a coolest things I love about football is the strategy. Like, first drive, what are they going to line up in? What are they going to try to take advantage of? How are they going to attack us? And so far, this offense has had some success. This defense now getting in their territory. They need to figure out some answers to some of these questions.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell.
You have to almost green everything.
Down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, no! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
That's gay.
Start from this offense. What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they can.
How?
They see the football well. They break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against the secondary.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Grabbed behind the line. It's Randall. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They think there's room to run to the right here. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. And I think they'll give him 2
Correct.
now with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. How many problems does it cause for an offense when the D can get pressure from its nose tackle?
He's usually a guy that sits in the middle in 2 gaps, and it's really hard to rush the passer, but really nice job using his hands, getting to the quarterback. When a nose tackle gets a sack, everybody gets excited, because that guy doesn't get many of those.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Going to try to get it himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is...
That means 2 things.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. This crowd knows when to bring it. Wants to throw forward on 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Fit it in the window for the score. The extra point here.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun. What do we got? A&M, Tennessee.
Really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to
Oh, yay.
for us in David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Oh, I can't run the ball.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw it sparing. He lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defense.
You just have to go to like the
sideline. I don't know what
home
he said,
screen or whatever.
I think just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
To the air on 1st down. Fires to the top.
Just return to the home screen.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on
Oh, I
that
don't
one
know.
and has a fresh set of downs. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the 1st quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after 1 period of play as we have a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. From the gun, the running.
Is there a way for all of us to like do like a 3v3 or a 4v4 against each other?
No pickup at all on that play. Going to work on.
I don't know. Like,
The red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to fire. Snagged out of the air. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal.
gosh,
Bring it
almighty.
in. And the defense gets home with the pressure and knocking down for a loss, but there are penalty markers down. Let's sort that out. You can grab, but you can't hold on. Defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. Here's the handoff. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
And this defense has given up some yards, getting all the way down here to 1st and goal. But great job on 1st and goal. Getting a tackle for a loss.
I need it.
Guaranteeing a pass, but putting this offense in a
How many yads?
situation and trying to end this
No.
game, only giving up a field goal.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend, don't break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They're having
Connor's in here.
down on the goal line.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Between the uprights, it's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big 10 action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Arkansas is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Hogs have gotten up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again.
It's early.
It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cal. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you can know about it.
Oh, and how about that?
The edge.
These guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They pass. It's Sperry. Quick strike complete. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over.
Let's see. He messaged me last night and he had to quit. He kept getting kicked. How about a PI? Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, he sent me the proof. He's good about it when it happens to him. It's just, holy crap, like 3 times.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's for the play caller right now, just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where
I'm fixing to have to really concentrate.
advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we
How do you get a yard?
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side.
Nice.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
What's happening?
The Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. On the run, still looking. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Running to the left. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Third down after the run. Back to throw, it's Sperry. It's caught. That'll be enough for a first set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warren Dunworth, you hand them the football and big plays can happen. And offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
This junior making his presence
Can't run the ball.
and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good
Oh, my
hands.
God.
You see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Ferguson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to power their way ahead. Turning it on.
Nice move.
Got some room into the goal line. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Looking to throw, it's King. Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. That's caught. It's McWilliams.
Gorilla.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, it's Berry. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out for the tight end. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. They'll immediately call timeout.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Finds the tight end. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end. They've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big fella because he's going to be open most of the time.
One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on third down.
Nah, it's getting picked. Son of a bitch.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. Now, a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. Looking to throw, it's King. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just dived as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
Found a little space. He'll pick up 6 of the 14 as they have room to operate. The Seminoles can really attack on this second and short. They're going to run it to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical.
He's got some space. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And the Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Doyle. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the single back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. Caught over the middle. It's Ferguson. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to get them a first and goal. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Seminoles.
I like this offense. I like watching it, man. That they find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I'll tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. The give to the tailback. There he goes. He breaks a tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again.
Going deep.
Nice pull.
Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Second interception of the day for the Seminoles. It's like they've run a secondary out there with Deion Sanders, Terrell Buckley, and Lee Corso.
And what does Deion say? Look good, feel good, play good, get paid good. These guys in the secondary making plays. This man might have made himself some money at the next level.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this.
He's loose. Inside the 30. He's at the and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Noel. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead.
This guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Breaks into the open. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down.
On the move, it's Otten. Got the first down and more. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. The Noles come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Off the play fake on 1st down. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Piles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Scanning the field, it's Sperry. Here's a heat. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. We've come come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And the Seminoles kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Right on the money. Touchdown, Florida State. And the beatdown has ensued. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Ooh.
What a play to set him up. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past you, you're pulling your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to
take it back. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it on first and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown Seminoles. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. Past the first down marker and still running. Across the 25, he's got room. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Knowles will snap it on 1st and 10. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick.